Hello, I'm here with James Knight, the CEO of Pleneo. James, that's a new name that we haven't heard before. Could you tell us a bit more about Pleneo and why this company needed to exist?
Thanks, Herrera. So yeah, Zelica's been around now for 25 years, and we've always focused on solving complex audio challenges with our devices. But over the past couple of years, customers and enterprise have been coming and saying, the biggest challenges that we face are no longer audio-centric. They're about driving meeting room adoption in medium and large spaces. Medium and large spaces are hard to deploy, hard to scale, and hard to manage. And so Planeo was created to look at this challenge in a new light, one that prioritizes repeatability and consistency at scale, especially for organizations that don't have large in-house teams.
Hmm. The interesting question, obviously, is you mentioned Zelica. That's a brand that's already there. Everyone knows about it. It's reputable. It's got its own brand value. Why introduce a new brand under the title of Pleneo?
Great question. Yeah, so Zelica's been in the APAC market now since 2002. And we've got some fantastic partners in the region and some great reference projects. Zelica's approach is specific to a device, right? So we create devices that have fantastic function, fantastic features, and it's those features that solve a specific challenge for our customer. With Pleneo, the adoption challenge is more of a system-wide challenge. And so we're not looking at rooms as collections of individual devices. We're looking at rooms as systems. And that different approach to the challenge and that different way of thinking is something that needs to be under another brand so that we can serve both customers with products that meet their needs and solve those different challenges without creating confusion or crossing each other's wires. So Pleneo was really created to solve that system-wide meeting room at scale approach challenge.
Hmm. When I was researching Pleneo for this chat, the phrase Room OS kind of kept popping up over and over again. Could you tell me why this phrase is being used and why it's such an important shift?
Yeah, great question. So RimOS is really our intelligent software platform, and it's a unified mesh of the data that comes out of the specific hardware in the room, the embedded software on those devices, and our Pleneo cloud platform as well that supports multi-device and multi-room orchestration. So RimOS is, when we're looking at rooms, we're all about system thinking, right? That's how we're going to solve meeting room adoption challenges. It's about looking at a room as a coherent and consistent system. And when you look at devices, they're all very fragmented. They have great performance, great quality in terms of speakers and cameras and everything else, but they don't talk to each other in that room. RimOS is what unifies them all together so that we can use intelligence to create consistent outcomes for people, both in terms of the deployment and the repeatability of those spaces, but also in terms of the consistent quality experience that customers get inside a room.
Hmm. You said the word intelligence, and obviously AI, artificial intelligence, is all the buzz right now. I'm assuming in order to get this intelligence into Pleneo, it's got to be of the artificial variety. Um, do you think that that's a bit too close to all the noise that we're hearing, or do you think that Pleneo really differentiates itself when it comes to AI?
There is lots of noise around AI. Yeah, I would agree with you. But for Pleneo, it's not a marketing term, intelligence. It's really about three things. It's about context, automation, and a reduction in friction. So being able to understand what's going on in that room and why, being able to automate around challenges in advance of them having an impact to people in the space, and also being able to eliminate a lot of that friction that people in the room experience, changing things and adjusting themselves to the meeting. And also for teams that are managing large numbers of these rooms as well at scale. Intelligence enables us to kind of smooth over a lot of the natural variability, both in terms of spaces and also in terms of human behavior, so that we can create a consistent level of quality that's defined by the product, not by the person. We don't expect AI, for example, to eliminate certain aspects of job roles. But what we think it'll do is take away a lot of that hard, micro, challenging stuff that people don't really enjoy and let them focus on creating great experiences and managing room performance at scale, which is a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun.
Of course, that makes complete sense. I personally don't think AI is there to replace humans right now. It's just going to be sitting alongside us and helping us along. Um, where does hardware fit into it? Because whether we like it or not, we're still in the hardware business and the hardware game here in the AP world.
Yeah. So for us, hardware is an enabler of software, right? So in those rooms, you're always going to need a speaker and a camera so that you can hear people and other people can see you. But for us, the hardware is a way that we can run our RoomOS platform in the space and collect the inputs from people in that room and then process them and create great quality experiences. But hardware is definitely very important. Great quality hardware is really key. But the value across rooms is not in collections of hardware; it's in a unified system, right? It's in all the hardware talking together and being able to automate and operate based on the changes in that space.
Hmm. Last question from my side. Planeo has been launched 1 year down the road. What would you qualify as a success?
I think it's all about trust, really, right? It's about driving trust because trust is what drives adoption. So for us, success is having partners who are using Pleneo and deploying Pleneo every day and who love the solution. It's about end customers who are deploying large numbers of medium and large rooms with our solution, and that they can trust the quality and that they're loving the reduced friction from the management and maintenance point of view. But it's also really about end customer adoption. If those organizations come to us and say, hey, we've seen a fantastic increase in adoption of our medium and large meeting spaces, then that for us is really successful because we know that we're able to give customers a consistent high quality experience in every one of their rooms. That means end customers are repeat booking that space because they feel confident that space will deliver the experience they need for their meeting.
James, pleasure talking to you as always. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Sarah. Take care.